Welcome everyone to another episode of Nerdstrodamus. I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
Lambo.
Huh?
It happened.
What?
The rumors.
Yeah?
They were true. It finally happened!
The PS6 is gonna come out before everybody else can get a PS5, you mean?
No.
No.
No, the Switch Pro.
Oh.
It's the Switch Pro! So Nintendo today finally said, hey, you know everybody talking about the Switch Pro and we haven't said anything about it? Boom! There it is.
They just drop a trailer. That's how they do it anymore.
Yeah, it is.
For all their really big announcements, they're just like, let's just drop a trailer. Right? Middle of the week. Just randomly do it on a day.
Which makes it difficult.
Let's pick a Tuesday. Let's just pick a Tuesday. You know, right after that, it's all good.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Oh, it is Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But it makes it a little difficult because then, like, I'm not prepared. I'm not ready.
I don't think anybody was ready for this.
No. So,
yeah.
for months, years,
yes.
People have been talking about Switch Pro, better internals, better screen, everything you could want, and it's better.
There it is. I mean, it's going to be a thing.
It's got an OLED screen, so it's going to look better.
Yeah, it's going to look a lot better. Actually.
Right, okay.
It's going to feel like it looks a lot better.
Right.
Darker color, darker black colors, lighter light color. It's going to be nice.
In handheld mode.
Yeah, in handheld mode. Yeah.
Is it going to change anything about it being docked?
They didn't say so, and I don't think it's going to.
I don't think so either, because they never mentioned anything about changing the internals. It's just the screen.
Right. Which is totally fine. And this isn't even the very first Switch revision, if we're going to consider it like that. Because we got a battery revision.
We did?
Inside the first year or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
And I mean,
the Switch.
we did get the Switch Lite, which is its own weird revision.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this just makes me believe that they're aware that people are playing this thing in handheld mode way more than they're playing it docked.
Totally.
So, but we did get a couple of shots of Metroid Dread being played on this screen, which of course, just...
The way I felt about the trailer was, and it was interesting, is here's all the games you're going to be playing in the next year on it. And so that of course tells me that they're not really planning any other big actual upgrade to the Switch.
They don't need to.
No.
I don't think. And here's the other thing is, the last time they did a major upgrade for a system, like the new 3DS.
Right.
That was new internals, new screen, came with a little joystick, and it released with a couple of games that were unique to that system.
Right, and yeah, there were a couple that you couldn't do without it.
Right.
And it also made it so that there was a couple of flagship games then though too.
Right. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D.
Right.
That was a big flagship title for the new 3DS, and it could only be played on the new 3DS, which was of course a big deal because you couldn't get it on the Wii anyway. It was so difficult to find. I don't think they want to alienate any of the previous buyers of the Switch by doing that, and I appreciate that.
No, I mean, like I said, they were showing off, basically games we're going to be playing inside the next, couple years. And so, I think the subtext there is, this is the last version of the Switch we're getting. This is it, I mean, before they actually do a Switch 2 or something like that down the line, which, by the way, I'm following all the Nintendo, news websites and YouTubers and stuff like that. Right. They couldn't let go. We never really talked about the Switch Pro. We never had an episode where we because talked about it. We never predicted it was going to come true. It was going to happen.
I think we've mentioned it.
We've mentioned it 100%.
As a joke, maybe.
Yeah, but it never felt like it was necessary.
No.
The Switch can kind of do what it does,
it's just a lot of people have assumed it because there were rumors, and also because every system has been getting a Pro version.
Yeah.
I mean, the Xbox One got one, the PS4 got one. The 3DS got one. Everything gets a new upgrade with better internals to just make it slightly better. But, again, I don't think the Switch needs it.
No, not at all.
The Switch is good the way it is. The battery upgrade was necessary. And I think the screen is nice, a nice update. Now, my question is, they show that it's a bigger screen.
Right.
Is the system itself going to be bigger?
Yeah, actually it is. It's going to be
it?
about a half inch bigger or something like that.
The whole system?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it as an actual, device will be a larger device.
Okay.
It's going to be longer, I guess, or something like that.
Well, wider.
Or wider, because it's still got to fit the Joy-Cons, and I'm pretty sure the Joy-Cons won't be proprietary for it. That would be awful. Proprietary
God.
OLED Switch icons, that would be, or Joy-Cons, that would be...
Yeah, we don't need that.
That would be confusing.
But I got to talk about what my favorite part of the whole thing was.
Because, they didn't switch any of the internals, but that didn't
stop
them.
externals!
A really, really silly external, of course.
Yeah, I don't think this is silly. I like this because I've used my stand quite a bit, and the stand on the Switch is crap. This thing looks cool because it's the whole back, so it's not going to wobble, and it's adjustable to get a good angle on it.
It is, and because people have put out all kinds of. There's like one that's like a little rocker you put it in, and you can kind of like,
Yeah.
I've seen the third-party ones like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like that update to it, and Lord knows there's probably not that many people out there who really play it in tabletop mode and need the stand, but I appreciate it. It's a cool little update. Reminds me of the Windows Surface tablets.
Yeah.
Like their kickstand. I think that's a good idea. But another thing was they updated the sound.
I mean, once again, if you're playing in handheld mode, it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
It's hard to say anything else about it. I mean,
I could say one thing, and that is if we're going to enhance the sound, can we add Bluetooth capability to this so I can use like Bluetooth headphones?
That would mean changing the internals.
Would it?
We're not changing.
Would it? Doesn't it have? But I thought these were Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So it has a Bluetooth receiver in it. Yeah. It's not changing any of the internals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the pro things people have been asking for, though, is LAN capability.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the
dock is different.
The dock is different, and it's got a LAN port. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But there is an adapter for the regular Switch that gives it LAN support.
100%. But you're using up another one of the USB things. Not that everybody use all the USB things on it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's totally got a LAN thing on it. It's going to be good for people who take their Switch gaming very seriously, esports players, Fortnite players,
and most people
Apex Legends players.
Most people don't consider the Switch to be like an esports kind of thing because it's Nintendo. But the Smash community, very, very competitive. Crazy.
Yeah.
Splatoon is another one, and we've got Splatoon 3 coming out, so they might be preparing for that. Mario Kart, another one that people love to play online. And you're right, there is Fortnite, there is Apex Legends. Now, I doubt a lot of people are really playing it hard on that, but it does help because if you want to play those games, you have to be online.
Right.
And then
yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest of the trailer, of course, showed them just playing all the games people want to see and stuff.
Their main flagship titles that people are playing right now. There's Smash, there's Zelda, there's Metroid, there was the new Pokemon. Yep. Now it's coming out October 8th, which is just in time for the holiday season.
I don't think this is going to be impossible to get a hold of.
No, I don't.
But it is going to be the main Switch people buy going into the holidays.
Well, so that leads me to my question. Yeah. You were a person who was like, "I'm going to upgrade." The minute they announced the Switch Pro, you were all for it.
You're asking me a hard question right now.
So
I should probably ask my wife first if I'm allowed to upgrade. But go on. Yeah.
No, that's good financial things. You should talk it over with your partner.
Right.
Oh, we forgot to mention one other thing. They doubled the internal memory. But double 32 gigs is still not that much, and you're still gonna need a micro SD card.
But that's if you're a relatively casual player, though, it's not a bad.
No. It's good enough. It's good enough.
And if you're still buying most of your games on cartridges, then that's actually
fine.
plenty, really.
Yeah.
If you're only playing indie games and stuff that way, and a few downloaded titles, I don't think that's not enough. I currently have a 400 gig card in mine.
Oh my god!
That's still actually not enough to hold everything I've bought.
I have a 256, and I don't think it's enough, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
I can hold all the main stuff I want.
Indeed.
But anyway, back to the question of, okay, so if Dr. Mrs. Lambo says, "Hey, you can upgrade," are you going to?
I mean, my Switch is starting to do little cracky bits along the, all that stuff.
Yeah, mine.
I'm curious to see whether it's the same kind of a little bit more tougher plastic
that the Switch Lite
has.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how it would hold up after a long period of time. And the slightly larger screen is especially because I have been mainly playing in handheld. It'd be kind of an attractive thing. But that being said, I just don't know. I don't know. Should I? Should I? It's making me question everything.
So, it is $50 more than a normal Switch. My Switch has been not doing so well.
No.
It makes really, really loud noises. The fan vents, you probably can't see it, but they're all broken off, and there's a screw missing. I don't know where that went. So actually, this past fall, I bought a Switch Lite because I can leave this docked, it's not going to move or anything, and then I can play my Switch Lite on the go. And I did that because there were only rumors of the Switch Pro, no more than there were before that and everything.
Right.
I'm not upgrading because the only reason to get this is for a better screen, and while the Switch Lite is smaller, it does a great job. It's perfectly fine for what I need, and I'm all right with it. The only thing I would kind of like is if I know there's an adapter for this one to give it LAN support, but I would like the new dock, honestly.
And that would be an interesting thing. Are they going to sell the new dock? Is it
going to work with this Switch?
Is the old Switch going to work with the new dock?
If the new Switch is bigger, probably not, because it's going to be made to fit that one. I don't know. But I'm not going to upgrade unless this Switch outright dies and I need a new one to dock to a TV. I'm not upgrading. I don't need to. So the question is like, who is this for then? Because we are big Nintendo fanboys. We buy the systems. I bought almost every iteration of the DS that came out.
See, and that's funny to me because like there's almost no reason that you should have to buy every version of
the
all
XL
of them.
was bigger. The XL was bigger. And the new one came with the little stick. And the new one allowed you to play Super Nintendo games.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
But
no. But it's for Nintendo fanboys. But it's also for the new people who are coming in. It's a more premium product.
It is.
You know, I just don't know if is this going to sit alongside the current Switch.
Well, they showed it off next to the current Switch.
Yeah, and because on the Nintendo website right now, it's like Nintendo Switch OLED Switch. Like they're using that OLED thing as the branding for it.
Yeah.
Not new, not pro.
Yeah. So that makes it. And then that makes me wonder if there is another version, or if they're just reserving.
No way.
If
they showed us like most of the games, like the exciting games we're gonna be playing in the next couple of years for the Switch, because I see us in the next 3-ish years getting a whole new upgraded system, you know, next gen Switch.
Maybe.
Instead, I mean we're 4 years in. You know what I mean?
But the Switch is still selling like crazy.
It is, and this is going to make it sell even more like crazy. So
yeah, so I don't know if they'd want to really like, for lack of a better term, screw over their install base.
There is no better term. Yes.
Yeah. So we're not going to upgrade. I'm sure there's people out there who do want a new Switch. Maybe somebody like, hey, my Switch has taken more crap than mine has or your has. These things don't last forever, and being that they're portable systems, they do take a big beating.
Yeah.
So
what do you think the people are going to say? Do you think people are going to be really upset? That
yes.
This isn't, yeah.
Well, hold on. Do you mean people in general or the internet?
The internet is people, right? Or is it all Russian bots?
No. What I mean is on the internet you get the loudest of the fan base, not just the general public. I think the general public's going to look at it and be like, "That's cool." I think the internet's going to be like, "This is bull crap," blah blah blah, because it is not an upgrade. It is just a better screen. That is the big deal. The only people who are going to want the wired LAN support, I'll probably already have it. They have the extension.
You're right. I think you're right there.
So unless they're really looking for if they're a resolution queen, because those exist, then they're going to get this. But I don't think the internet's going to be too happy about this.
The resolution's not any better.
It's not, but the screen's prettier.
Yeah, and bigger.
That's
yeah. It's a different thing.
It is a different thing. But, you know what? Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you have a Switch? Are you going to upgrade? Do you not have a Switch and this model appeals to you more? Like, let us know what you think in the comments below. We're currently not going to upgrade unless something big comes along.
I mean, I think they're in a better spot than like PlayStation and Xbox are because you can find a Switch.
Oh my God, yeah. Switches are just... they're just there. They're just there. So they might be doing this to kind of compete because they know people are scrambling for these new systems. It's like, ooh, we have new hotness. But let us know what you think. And yeah, don't forget to follow us everywhere. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and check out our older videos and everything. We talk about Nintendo a lot. But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
And we'll catch you some other time.